This is Great Talks.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Before you answer, think critically about how many marriages have failed, knowing that if you have a successful marriage, it will be counted as an achievement. Should marriage be an achievement?
The answer is still no.
The answer is still no.
Yeah.
For those of us who are, for those of us who understand, they're all Christians here, so you understand when the Bible says it is not good for a man to be alone.
Yeah.
Anytime God said something and said it is not good.
Do you understand?
Right.
Saying that
God
it is
said
not good
It is not good.
for a man to be alone.
Because you know
How
the
do you
creatures
understand
is
how
made-
vital is that? And maybe this is the reason why divorce cases are, just to create a dysfunction. I'm not saying, but I don't look at me like that. I'm just saying, I just want to ask if marriage is an achievement, if it should be considered as one.
No, I don't think marriage should be considered as
Why?
an achievement. So if we say it's not good to drink dirty water. So when I decide to drink the water that is clean,
You have
it
something
doesn't
beneficial.
It doesn't. Yes, I have something beneficial, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's an award or it's an achievement. So that's the way I see it. So if you say that it's not good to be alone, yes, that means that it can be beneficial for you if you decide to
there
have
are some
somebody with
people
you.
that are not married.
Yes, we have
and
people
they're
who go to
still
the
cool.
convent, sisters.
Those they've chosen that life. Let's not even.
Have you seen cute men becoming priests?
It's an
Very
intention.
cute
It's an
men,
intention to be that. It's an intentional act to be a priest or going to convent.
Intentional, yes, but they are humans too. They have blood and water running through them.
It doesn't mean that they would. So it depends on what they consider to be priority. To them, they are looking up and not looking sideways.
So for
They're looking
everybody looking to get married, we're looking sideways.
If you're looking,
I'm also looking up.
If you're looking,
And
get
also, we
married.
don't know what's going on in that convert. In that institution there.
But there are genuine
Because we'll be
people
hearing
who are
news
there.
where priests are getting their nuns pregnant.
But there are still
Well-
We are
genuine
getting news
people.
where, the nuns are being lesbians.
So
My
so
point is
does-
that there are
does-
still
does-
genuine
does-
people
does-
who
does-
are
does-
staying celibate.
does it not create a case
And
to
some
say?
people become nun out of their own decision.
Does it not? I
Still
think
the
it's still backing
intentional
my
act.
point. It does it not still draw up a case to say it is not good to be alone? Let's look at dependency now. Is it good to be alone?
It's not good to be alone.
It's not good to
and
be alone.
If
You understand
God
my point?
says it's not good to be
No.
alone, then why should I say it's
How
good to be
hard
alone?
you try to-
You can have a partner without being
let's-
married, right?
Yeah, why are you having a partner?
Without-
And for companionship,
Mary is going to another conversation.
now.
Having a partner.
Now just in charge.
No, now you're having
You're
a partner
going to-
because
you're going
sometimes
to-
you feel alone and you need
you're going to
someone
a different
beside you, which is
conversation
not your
entirely.
gender.
Being alone is not even necessarily
Someone-
about sex.
Wait, what-
It's
what?
about having a companion, someone to be there with you in every time that
No.
you need it.
Your
We understand. We
girlfriend, I want to
understand.
be with
We
you.
understand.
You
We
get-
Is it your
understand what it means
girlfriend
when it
wants to
says
be
it is
with
not
you,
good
Abiola?
for a man
Is it not
to
man?
be alone.
So now only man
We
will
know-
be alone. Woman
No,
will
when
be
man
alone.
or woman
No,
is
No,
talking
it's
about
both-
not
it's
man.
both
It's not-
ways.
we're just
It's not
referring to-
good
it's not
for
good
a
for a
woman
man.
to be
It's
alone.
not good for
It's not
anybody
good
to
for a
be
man.
alone.
That's why God made
Is that not
it
why?
for Hader.
If our
Is that not why?
parents were alone, we'll not be here.
Is that not why
Obviously.
you have people marry and then have the marriage blossom?
But it's not an achievement. An achievement is something you did to, how do I put it? It's done with skill or
Oh, a baby.
No,
Yeah, blossoming marriage
so
means no,
you
blossoming
don't need
marriage
skills
can
to
be
get
an
married.
It's
achievement.
actually hard work. You know
Most
that,
people
right?
Marriage is
don't
hard
need
work.
It's hard
skill.
work.
I would
You know
say,
that, right?
I would say marriage
It
is an
is.
Marriage is
achievement.
hard work,
It's hard
but
work. If you think
getting
about it.
married
Because-
is what I'm saying is not the
No,
achievement.
we're not talking about the wedding, but the marriage
Marriage
itself.
itself.
Marriage
It's
itself,
hard work
it
because-
is hard work.
From there, you notice that this is where the generations come from also.
Yes.
Do you understand? So having to, I mean, all of you here, you come from a very good home. I can attest to that because you're good people.
Are you
Let's just
sure?
put it like that. Good. I mean, you're not in handcuffs. I'm not saying those who are in handcuffs, but you get my point. You're not wayward. You're not like that. I'm just saying
Who told you
you
I'm
sound
not
like
wayward?
you sound like good. Maybe
Not
Hey,
for
wait,
the
oh.
maybe not
Maybe
all
she's
not
that
a
wayward.
trust adult.
I'm just saying. I'm saying by virtue of the understanding that you have, you come from a good place. So would it not be also an achievement for you to bring out somebody from you that you can train well, that you can meet somebody that you can make a home with, and then grow a child for, and with rear. Let me use the word rear a child for, and
You are moving this whole marriage thing to be
I
like,
feel like
just
there
for
is procreation is
Exactly, just to
another topic
produce
entirely.
another life.
But okay, so
Because you can
be
start to get married without having kids.
at all.
Yes, there are people who get married and they're
not have
enjoying
kids.
they're
And
enjoying
they don't
their
want to have
lives. They don't
kids.
want to have kids.
I would say marriage is
But it's very
And
rare.
some people, it's not
in
even that they
in
don't
this
want to
part
have
of the
kids.
world.
They just don't have kids.
Very rare in this part of the
They
world.
don't want to have kids.
It's not like they don't want to.
And so they don't have kids is different.
Some don't want
They
to
don't
have
have
kids,
kids.
but it's
It's
very
different.
rare in
Some
this
don't
part of
want
this
to,
world.
but there are still some who want to, who would like to have their own children, but they've been unable to have one.
Those are
That's
two different.
And that's what I'm saying. So there are it's still achievements.
So because they want to, they could also adopt. They could also do.
Yeah, I
sex
know
therapy.
that part.
So
Some
there's
people would
something
love to have
attached-
something
there's
they
something-
carried themselves.
There's something. Well, I don't know, but there's
Yeah,
something
that's
attached.
your
There's something
mindset.
attached. There's something attached to having to groom a child. That's what I'm referring to now. Groom a child as an achievement. To say,
Yes.
okay, you're living this world. You know that you brought someone into this world who can also carry your values.
You can
and,
actually,
do you
you
understand?
can still have a child without having to get married. If you're, because the way you're painting this whole thing now is
Means I
the
could put a
child is
in-
the
It's the
achievement.
achievement.
So I can choose to
Not-
have a
not
child and I don't
necessarily-
want to get
not
married.
I think it's not just the
IVF,
child. It's just that
surrogacy and the
Ebuka has
likes.
been emphasizing that part of procreation
Yeah, that's
and then the
my
child.
point.
But I think
if
that
we think
you
it's-
making your partner a better person is an
if we
achievement
think
as well.
it, I think the reason why that question is quite dicey is because of the nature of how divorce cases happen. If it wasn't rampant, you wouldn't think marriage is an achievement, or nobody would think marriage is an achievement. If you drink water, that's why I say drinking water, because it is a natural order.
Yes.
So if
Exactly.
we follow the way it should be naturally, nobody will consider it an achievement. But if you hear today, after 2 years, 3 years, somebody is saying,
Even
I no
6
longer,
months.
I don't want to do again.
Even 3
you would want
days.
to think, you would want to think for yourself, why did you get into it in the first place? So if you find a person telling you, I'm sure anybody here, if you watch online and you hear some people like a couple say, oh, we were married for 40 years, something does to you, something, you know, something, not just on like you do,
just like
you do.
Sylvanas and her husband that
You
just
do-
celebrated 40
Do you
years.
understand?
Yeah.
Something within you goes, wow. You know, it goes, wow.
I want this for myself.
You won't
Yeah.
deny that you're saying that. The reason why your subconscious would maybe kick in is because of the nature of how.
And all of that happening.
So you want
Because if
to.
they should ask all of us, say, do you want to get married? None of us will say no. Or
Wait,
you know what,
wait.
No, now.
Wait,
Even
wait,
if I-
wait,
no,
wait,
even if you want to be
why
having
me
sugar
first?
daddy, do you want to get
Why
married?
me
You
first?
say yes.
Wait.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you want to get married?
That's a very, very, very big question. It's funny that my mom asked me the same thing when I traveled.
So maybe it's like a.
And she was like, Kimbi Anudi. That's an Igbo
I'm sorry
language.
for
When
this.
are you
Just say
getting
don't worry.
married? I told her that. Is that what you want from me now? She said, how old are you? Do you know how mothers
I mean,
are?
we know
But-
where she's coming from. It's just a-
Exactly. So that's a very big question. Yes, I want to get married, but
When do you think you will start feeling pressured to get married? Personally, now not externally. You know, where you feel pressured because you remember, like they say, you have biological clocks, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. But when do you think you start feeling pressured? Because I mean, when we're young, I believe some of us had the idea that when I'm 25, I want to
That's
get
the
married.
magical age for
Yeah.
every girl.
When I turn 25,
When I'm
I want
25.
to get
Fact,
married.
I would have had all my
Jonathan,
children.
you had
yes.
you had your
Story
own
of my life.
So where do you get to where you feel like I have to get married now? Does it come from a place of loneliness or a place of I think I need a man right now?
That's what I think. I need a man right now.
But do you know there's nothing wrong with that? Saying that
But I think it should be. I think I'm ready.
you think you're ready.
You don't think you need a man?
You don't.
Maybe that's why I'm trying to help her replace.
She's looking at the mirror. You don't think you need a man,
Ah,
my dear. You know you need a man.
why you let me talk my tongue?
You know you need a man.
You need
It has
someone
nothing to
to
do
lean
with,
on when
and
you're
it
not
naturally
strong.
has nothing to do with money per se.
No, it has nothing to do with money.
It has nothing-
Yes,
so
of course.
You need a man.
I need a man, and I don't think I would feel the pressure to get married, or it's time for me to get married if I am comfortable with myself and if I am happy with myself. That's all I would
Happily
say.
in a relationship, Abi.
Not
Or
necessarily
happy
be in a
without
relationship.
being in a relationship.
My own thing, my own deal breaker is just to achieve what I want, build my career, be that successful woman I want to be.
Career woman.
That's the thing that would make me happy, because it makes no sense. Oh, I get married and then at maybe in 10 years to come, I've not done that
Achieved.
thing I want to do. I've not achieved that thing I really wanted for myself. I might just have these regrets mixed with love and frustration in the marriage.
And
Is
then
that what
pass
you
it
guys
to your
want?
kids the same way
Exactly.
your mother's, Fola,
Yes. What was the question again?
do you want to get married?
Of course. Why not?
Are you sure? So what age do you think?
I'm sure. I has to be a grown adult.
I wanted to be sure. So at what age do you think you would be
Pressured.
pressured to get married?
Pressure since tikpe.
So personally, I'm saying personally.
Okay, so personally, I feel like there's no pressure. So it's personal. I think just like Ebuka said, there are certain things you still want to achieve. So if marriage is not forthcoming right now, my life should not be put on a pause because I still have things to achieve. So while I'm waiting to get married, then I should be able to hit those other goals, those other milestones that I desire for myself. So career-wise, academics, everything.
Because the analogy that I brought to you, I don't know if you're here when I brought it, it was about it, but okay, I think you were here when I brought it to your copy. Oh, I mentioned the name already.
You mentioned the name.
You're not supposed to mention.
But anyways, Victoria.
Okay, I would want to get married because it's really nice. I've seen many beautiful marriages I'm learning from, and I've seen a lot of sad marriages. But also, there's something I know. I've come to understand that there are some things I might not be able to achieve in my singlehood.
Rotate partnership.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
And it's not necessarily partnership, or God might start revealing those things to me when I'm married.
Mommy Gio in the building.
No, I'm serious. For real, there are some things, even for the male, there are some milestones some men will never achieve until
that's
they
why
are
he said
married.
either finds a wife,
Finds a
finds a good thing, and
obtain
words.
favor from the Lord,
Not
and
in
it's vice
favor.
versa, right?
Not
And
a
I think
girlfriend, particularly.
Yes, I
Not
get
a
that.
girlfriend.
you find that, and that wife has to be your own from God. It's not like you went to
Not a
yourself.
girlfriend.
No,
Better love.
because no, it didn't say either finds a girlfriend. It says either finds a wife. It means that every woman should position themselves as, I think that's where this whole
It's a
thing
wife
came from.
material.
Do you understand? You need to act like a wife. Say that you are being perceived as being a wife than being a girlfriend. Who is a girlfriend?
Who is the
Side
wife?
chick.
The wife mentality, obviously we know there are different divorce cases, but if you go by the original plan, a wife does not have divorce,
Mindset.
does not have a breakup mindset, does
Yeah.
not have,
Yeah.
but as a girlfriend, you and I know that once I'm
You
your
stress me too
girlfriend,
much.
do you understand? I
I'm
am
not owing you
I have
anything.
people.
You're not
There are
owing
so
me
many
anything.
fishes in the
there's
Yeah.
river.
do you understand? So that's why it says I'm just looking at the very literal level because it obviously is deeper than that, if you're being honest.
Yeah.
Either finds a wife, finds a good thing, and obtain a favor from the Lord. And that wife that I'm talking about, or that we are referring to, they spoke about it in Proverbs 31, but it's fine.
Virtues.
Let's not
get
get there. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I understand what the direction is. But in all of this,
I feel like she hasn't answered the question.
no, she would want to get married.
Yeah, she wants to get
No,
married. When we should start getting pressured?
Yeah.
Nobody can even pressure me.
No,
This
internal
life.
pressure,
I
personal
don't
pressure.
think I can be pressured because it's my
Independency that we're talking about.
Yes.
There are some things that she might not want to say personally, but I
You
understand where she's
but
coming from.
still-
Independency.
But still, in as much as I'm still a bit scared about marriage because of a lot of things going on right now, I wouldn't want to be pressured because I've had personal people in my life that were pressured to get married and they are full of regrets right now. There was even one we're trying to sort out yesterday.
Oh.
That's why I'm still asking.
We were
Yes,
trying to sort out
Palava.
yesterday, and it doesn't make any sense because your husband is supposed to be your protector. He's supposed to be someone that guides you. He's supposed to be your groomsman. He grooms you to be that person that you were created to be, to help you get better, to help you reach your goal. Not someone that subdues you, not someone that makes you feel less of a human, right?
Okay.
And this man was doing that yesterday. He was making her feel. At the point when she started praying, it was God had to bring to her subconscious that don't be bitter. Don't start feeling bitterness for your husband because he is still your husband.
Yeah.
And anything you say right now in this place is going to start working against you. Do you get? And those things happen. I don't want to bring tribe into it, but there are some tribes that force their children, their female child to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they are having issues and all of that in that marriages, the mother starts saying, what will people say? What will people think? This one has been happening and this one is already out. Now you want to do your own, or you were not forced. This is the person that is helping the family. And those things boils back to how our mothers used to do it back in the days that, back in the days there is nothing like divorce. They are with this man for life.
Even if they wanted to, there's no divorce.
But mostly it was for life. So if
Yes.
he's beating you, if he's cheating on you, if
Stay
he's
there.
maltreating you and anything, you have to be in that home. So they had to learn long suffering, patience by fire, by thunder. You are in that.
Women were not given the opportunity to speak up for
To
themselves.
speak up for
then.
themselves. Now, so if their girl child is not experiencing this in their own home, they
It's
ask
normal.
them not to go out. So endure and all of that, knowing that when it is this man in that position, you will not ask him to do that.
Now,
So I'm not being pressured.
now, the funny thing is, in all of this that you guys have said, nobody has said they hope to find a good man.
Does anybody hope to find a bad
No,
man?
no. Get
You
my
don't
point.
want to marry somebody
No,
else's
get my
man.
point, because everybody keeps saying
People they marry someone else.
You go rape am now. You get
But I
what
still
you're
think
looking
nobody
for.
desires
nobody,
a bad
you don't
person.
desire it, but in the context of your conversation and not achieving your dreams depends largely on the kind of man that you have by your side.
Mm-hmm.
So how come nobody is saying
Sorry, rephrase that again. Come again.
the level? How did I put it again? This thing comes by
Oh,
revelation.
I'm so sorry.
So the thing is, I'm saying
The successes
This-
you want
Yeah,
to
the
achieve.
possibility
Yeah,
of
the-
you
you
being able
achieving-
to achieve
yeah,
your
largely,
dreams.
it largely also depends on the
On
kind
your
of man that you
partner,
have
yeah.
by your side. For you to think that when you get married, you'll not be able to do it. That's my point. For you to think that when you get married, you'll not be able to do it,
So, yeah.
depends on the kind of person you are getting married to. So obviously, before you get married to this person, so I think I should ask. Maybe you can answer that internally. I should ask you, the men that you've dated so far, if you thought that they were going to, like, if you think about it, do you think that they were going to allow you achieve the kind of successes that you wanted to achieve in marriage? Don't answer that, because some I feel like I know some people's answer,
My
but don't answer
dear.
that. Don't answer
That's in my
that. Do you think, like, if you now see that, you then realize that at some point, except if you're saying there are no good men out there, but at some point you realize that it depends on the kind of man that you're dating before these things become a problem. In knowing that when I get married, because now I think this is my conclusion, saying marriage itself is not the problem. Actually, it's actually knowing the person you're getting married to. Because like I said, I for one, I would like my woman to be like the Okonji and the like that. I don't mind. I also established the fact that I feel like it's broke people that have that mentality.
And it takes a secure, not necessarily broke. Some
Not
people are
necessarily
wealthy, but they're so
broke, it's the
insecure.
insecure, yeah.
Man, do you
Low
know you can be
self-esteem
broke
also.
on you can be broke in your mindset. You can be broke mentally also. It's not about physically. You can
So I
be broke
get that.
mentally. Do you understand? So let's not limit it to you can be broke mentally. Somebody
I
can
get
be rich, employment, and still want the wives to cook. Why would you want to do that?
Just
if
like
at all?
I know of a
It must
man.
be the woman.
It was
Just
said that
like
a
the
man
woman.
is very, very
Don't
wealthy,
use washing machine.
but he does not
you
allow the
understand?
wife have a cent to her name.
Why?
She can go shopping. He can ask his driver to
They
take her
say
shopping
that.
and
Depend on
everything.
him.
Very, very true.
But when
It
you get
depend
to
on
the
him.
payment, get everything you want. When it's time for payment, tell me the price and I'll pay for you.
Dependency that the man has, or like the dependency idea that the man has, that the woman must always depend.
It's still insecurity.
Yes, there is insecurity, because why do you want me to have everything but not have a dime in my account?
But this thing is two ways.
I don't want to even
Do
say
we-
any two ways about this thing, because it doesn't make sense.
I'm not referring to just
Like
yours.
you're living out penniless.
I'm not referring
Yes,
to
because
she's dependent
he
on you.
is
Down
scared.
Always,
to-
like Ebuka
I'm
said.
not referring to
down
another.
Does she mean doesn't mean she doesn't have money for
Well,
herself
some men,
or to herself?
just have this the emphasis that when this woman, she's actually hardworking, she has that
Hardworking
brain
mentality, yeah.
that when she touches money,
It
she
multiplies
can do
everything,
something
she can do
good with
So
the money,
I
or
just
she
don't want you to
multiplies.
go-
So they are scared that when this woman begins to make money, she might not be as submissive as she is. She would start
So submission
dragging
maybe
the
submission is
whole
maybe the
thing
problem.
with
It's
him.
still insecurity.
Do you get? So
Honestly, that
they
word,
just
insecurity.
want you
Yeah,
to
and I
be
think you
that.
can
Oh,
see
baby,
that somehow
get me
from
this. I
your
need this. I
toxic
need
state.
that. You must be under them. Everything he provides to be that provider.
So I don't
So
think that
even
marriage
if
will
the
last.
woman is like that.
Well, it might
you
last
don't
if
have
she's
to deprive her
naive,
of something.
or if she just wants to be calm for the
If
man.
she wants to settle
What-
for
what
it, because
does-
that
what
means
does-
that she's not going to work herself and she's not going to make money for herself.
That's
So if the man is saying he doesn't want her to have a penny, maybe from his own money, does it mean from she making money herself as well?
Like even if she buys anything, it doesn't give.
No, I'm
her
not talking
money.
about
Like,
buying now. I'm
it
talking about
doesn't hand
generating
her
revenue.
money.
it doesn't hand.
No.
There's a different level to
You
this.
don't
What do you mean?
get-
It doesn't hand
Abela,
her
It
money.
doesn't hand her money. It doesn't
What
put
about
money
her
in
own
her
money?
account, go
When she gets-
shopping or even give
When
her
she goes
cash.
shopping, the guy has to pay from where he
Yes,
is.
from wherever it
What
is.
about her own money? Does she have a
She
personal
doesn't
bank
have
account?
money.
Now,
Why?
now,
She has to use it now.
I don't
For what?
understand.
How did she get married?
Doesn't
Where
she
was
have a
from?
job? Doesn't she have a
No.
business to
He
run?
made her stop working.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. Because
that's what I wanted to say.
because the
She
man
has to-
then
she has
that
to-
means that
she
marriage
didn't pick
cannot
her up from
last.
somewhere. Like she came from somewhere. So
Yeah,
that's
she
what.
The
came
marriage is
from
last.
somewhere.
Yeah,
I know
and
a
then-
woman
That's
who is
insecurity.
very, very educated, married a guy. The guy is not very educated, but She was working, and when he started making money, he became a pastor. Now he's stickily rich. She's not doing anything. He stopped her from working and, oh, just take care of my kids. I'll pay you a very good amount, which I will mention. And then she was like, oh, fine. She could stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom, take care of the kids, and then the husband will pay her, excluding the money for feeding. He gives her monthly. Now, she said start a business online. The husband supported, oh, that's good, gave her some money and all. How do you want this woman to flourish in this business whereby she sells her goods, and then when she's trying to go to the market to get goods and you're like, you're not going anywhere, sit in the house, blah blah blah. Now there's this thing again he does, which is gives her money to just, oh baby, I came home from work, blah blah blah, gives her 2 million naira, and then in 3 days time, oh baby, can you quickly lend me 1.8 million naira? I want to do something, I will refund that money. So men are very very tricky.
Not all men.
Very tricky. So I said,
Not
so,
all men.
trust me, he's
So I think from what
stylishly giving that
Ebere
woman
said, I think
penniless
the woman as
without
well agreed
her
to this
knowing.
marriage.
To her, oh, my
She
husband
agreed.
gives me money, blah blah blah, but he takes that money back.
So did
She
you-
agreed to it
did
from the
you-
first place. She
She's still in
said
the marriage though with 5 kids.
she agreed to it, so she
do
has settled for that
do
kind
you
of
think-
life.
Do you think that these people see these things before marriage?
Yes, I
women.
agree
There are signs.
100%.
Yeah,
Also, a
fine.
man, you wouldn't know the attitude, the main attitude of a man, or characters or features or behavior of a man until he has money. I would still say that.
See signs.
You still see
You
signs.
surely know.
You still see
A
signs. It cannot
patient
be
man
hidden.
is a broke man. A
broke
calm
man
man
is a patient
is a broke man. I don't know. Make a shot system.
But there are some
Wait,
people who
let
are
him
wealthy
have
and then
money,
they're still-
and you're like,
Why
what
not?
happened?
I still don't want to believe you.
Why does that feel like an
You
attack?
still see
It
signs.
is.
That's what I said. So I
Because
still
why
don't want
does
to
that
give
feel
Trust
them
like
me,
a
you see
sign.
the yash where they see on Instagram right now. He's waving his eyes because he knows he can't afford it.
Well,
Wait till he
truth-
has money.
truth be
He's
told-
going there to afford it.
Truth be told,
I think it's
loyalty
just
of
human
a
nature,
man-
whether man or woman.
Well,
loyalty of
true.
a man is tested when he has money, and then the loyalty of a woman is tested when she also has money also.
Yes.
At some
Not
to
all
a
the
large,
time.
to a large extent.
For the women.
I remember. Okay, let me explain something. I remember when I was having a conversation with a group of people, and I posed a question to them, which I'm also going to pose the same thing. I said, if this analogy is right, agree with me or not. So first off, when a man makes money, what is the first thing you think he's thinking of?
Starting up a
Depends on the
business.
kind of man.
Wow.
It depends on the kind of man.
Generally
That's why it's a
speaking,
marriage.
Getting
The
all
kind
he
of
wanted to get for himself, or he thought he didn't get for himself. I think just
Starting
fulfilling.
up
man.
a
A kind
business.
man,
dreams.
a kind man might
Getting
not be
married.
about
Not just
himself
about a man. I think
completely.
generally, when I make money, I think I would just get all those things I feel I couldn't get for myself first. Yeah.
So that speaks to. I like. Okay, so she's even answered the female part. But if I say something, you guys would.
Don't generalize it.
She answered. No.
No, are you
Obviously-
acting as a married man or as a married
wait,
woman?
no, just a single person
As a
first.
Single person.
As
Okay.
a man. Now, the reason why I'm saying is that obviously there's no statistics that can be 100% complete. So let's not. Obviously, amongst three people here, maybe 2 people out of 3 would do it. Which is still, if you say 3 people out of 2 people would do it, it means it's a larger amount of the people that would do it, right? So I'm saying large amount of men, or the statistics will show that when a man makes money, the first thing he's thinking of naturally is to take care of his own. Take care of his own. For most men,
His own.
You
What
can
do you
decide.
mean his own?
And his own
It-
includes.
His personal self.
no, it might not necessarily be personal self. I'm telling you for a fact, when a man makes money, the first thing they want to do is to take care of their family.
I disagree.
Most
When you
men.
say family,
I disagree.
I'm not referring
I think
to
that
marriage.
women
I'm not
are
referring to
even
marriage. I'm referring
yes,
to
family.
Okay.
Women are more family inclined than men.
Abiola.
very.
Men
Abiola,
are a bit
Abiola,
selfish.
The family inclined that you're talking about. Okay, so we are speaking from different experiences, but I can tell you, statistically speaking, generally speaking, when a woman makes money, the first thing is to do just exactly what she said: settle myself first. But I'm assuring you, for a man, when they make money, the first thing they want to think of is take care of the family,
I still
because
don't
that's the reason
agree.
why they are
I
hustling.
I still don't
I
agree.
don't
I'm not saying for
Forget the
most
fact
men.
that Ebere said she will get that.
I'm not
She
saying
said
for
it,
most men.
but trust me, when the money comes, she will not know when she will
I
say,
know,
"I'm sending this
I
one
know,
to
I
Steve.
know.
Mommy,
I'm sending this one to
true.
mommy. I'm
See,
sending
I
this
know,
one to
I know,
this and
I
that."
know, I
But
know.
men,
I know there are different
first
women.
blow
I
and
know
first-
different. I
They
know
will first go
different
and
women.
take
I know
one
different
pepper
women.
soup.
that-
One whoa.
it's still
I know different women. I know different women that will do exactly what you're saying. But I'm saying, generally speaking, the idea of providing is a man makes money and the first thing is thinking of what? Family.
that's
How
when
to
he
take
has
care of it.
responsibilities.
But we're not
Not
talking
even
about.
when that's a responsible man. Because
Wow.
yeah.
But you
Honestly.
guys are agreeing without agreeing. I don't understand.
I don't agree. I
It's
don't
almost
agree with you.
it's almost like I can never win with this. I'm saying you guys are agreeing without agreeing.
I
don't
still think
agree.
it's a
Why
man
did
that
you have
has.
to put it has to be a responsible man to do it. Can a woman not be responsible for doing that also?
Women can also be responsible for doing that also. She can actually have the money, and then the first thing she wants to do is take care of her family, her siblings, her parents, and all
Spoil
of that.
a man.
But I am saying, and I'm talking for my own self.
Yeah, that's
Exactly. When I make this money that I have been working hard for, here you go.
When you blow, when something around.
The first thing is I just take myself for a trip.
Right.
First of all,
Fill my house.
first of all,
Let's
Get the house filled
first
with
of all,
food.
I just
Man, the first one go.
relax.
That's tire of the car that got punctured 5 years ago.
You
That's
go
when you
fix-
will remember he wants to fix it.
I mean, you go buy a new
Or
car.
just buy a new.
Fix it.
I remember the story of a woman. She was expressing this with so much pain in her heart, and she said there was no money in the house. So finally, a gig came from the husband, and then this guy got the money. He says, "My sister, the first thing my husband thought about was to go and change the rug inside his car.
Oh my god.
You can't take the word.
The
The
rug.
rug, that carpet in the
Can you
car."
imagine?
That's the man that has misplaced priorities.
Oh, but that's the way most
But it's
men
not
think.
No,
Personal
I disagree.
things.
I
Ebuka,
disagree.
you're saying this because that's not who you
I
are. That's
disagree.
why.
That's
I
what
need
I'm
to
also saying,
find the
that's not the
facts that gave you that statistic.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to have that
That's what I'm
fact.
saying. Naturally speaking, because of the idea that we have of how a family should run, when a man makes money, he thinks of his own. You can disagree, but it's fine.
I still disagree.
You can disagree, but it's fine. But along the line, you kept saying that's a responsible man.
That's what we say.
Yeah.
Now, responsible men, they are
We are
like how
trying
many
to-
out of
we
how
are-
many?
It depends. I know there are kind men, sharp.
Yeah, of course, there are.
We always include family and
There are.
their woman.
Wow.
Our prayer
Finished
is that God
man.
should help
Finished
us.
men.
She has a bad
There are
care of
finished
her.
men.
She's not talking about the woman, the man.
And then-
the family
Oh, I love
person.
There are
girl.
finished men.
I'm more of the family
You see,
person.
woman,
so
give a
I-
woman like 10,000 naira now. She first think of let's get food in the house,
Mhm.
something to just sustain
Stock
everybody
up
for
the
now.
house, yeah.
Give a man 10,000 naira now. You first think,
Let me
well,
take
he
one bottle.
thinks of how to multiply the money, and that's why when you ask that question, the first thing I said, the man might just think of how to start a business. So he might not go and squander the money on his attempts to make more money.
It's supposed business.
His supposed business,
It's risk.
like a man that carried all the savings of himself and his wife.
Like,
I want to go and
do you
use it
understand? Yes, that's story.
for lottery. Open
What?
that.
Yes, now.
It will generate more revenue, and then you build a very good life for the both of
that's
them.
not even risk.
For things
Good
like that, I usually
intention.
question
That's not good intention.
for things like that, I usually question the relationship between the man, because I won't make a decision. I was telling somebody the other day that although men are supposedly the decision makers of the house, I think I said today, men are the decision makers of the house, but largely the outcome of decisions are influenced a lot by the women.
That's the
So
ones that
obviously-
allow women to influence it.
That's if you even know what your man is up to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, because men can be very, very secret.
If they want
women
Especially
cannot
when
be-
it comes to money.
The funny
It's
thing is,
personality.
the money.
Personality.
Money,
That
because
money
they
matters.
feel that
It's also
you don't have money
personality.
to-
My darlings,
Yeah.
my guy cannot know how much I earn. That's one. I don't have
Why?
to tell you
Wait,
how much
why?
I earn.
why?
No, you have no business knowing everything.
So what is that notion that speaks to two shall
I think
become
my
one?
guy should know what
Also,
I
not
earn.
to how much does he
people.
earn? I don't
Better know
know.
how much I earn.
Better know how much I earn so that no go think say
No, how much I earn. I know how
Someone
it's
was saying
going.
it that because of the mentality that the guy thought of the woman, he can gift people outside but not give.
yes.
I don't know who was
Woman.
mentioning that. Was it okay? Was it Abiola?
Yes.
That he can think of because of this particular
But
idea now that,
that
they
the
have of
girl
woman.
is
Do
self-sufficient.
you understand? I don't know how much
So
you're
he
earning,
gives
so
to
I
people
don't.
outside
But
and
I
then
think-
doesn't give to lady.
I think
money.
man, that's going to be a different conversation entirely.
Mhm.
Speaking to if you should keep secret from your partners, blah
Or
blah
not.
blah blah
Mhm,
blah. But
mhm.
I think what we're trying to drive at here is building women who are strong enough to stand for themselves. Not necessarily know that they don't need men, but they know that it is important to have a man in your life. I think that's what I'll end this at. It's not necessarily to think of it as saying you need a man, but it's important to have a man in your life, because there's some things that you would want to do that you will not deny that you have a man, and that man would be able to help. But most importantly, it would be dependent on the kind of man that you have in your life. And I hope that men out there become better, because to be honest, I know say we know
We
they
are
try.
praying, no. We
I
are
know say
praying.
I know say we know they try
Just
sometimes.
mean they only
I'm gonna say you agree on
try,
behalf of the
But
men.
no. The way I said this now, you will think it's totally. But I know some. If I have several men here come now, they can
Yeah,
tell you the things that
definitely.
women have
Definitely.
done to them.
Mhm.
I don't know where it
And
started
it's
from.
vice versa.
Do you understand? I don't know where it started
Sure.
from.
Because
but
most
I can
times
assure
it's like
you
it's the women that the
that does. Do you
Most
understand?
times.
That's because that's the one that we
No,
hear.
there are so many men that
That's
are
the one.
victims
That's
as
the
well.
one that we hear. But if I'm sure, I think I'm going to have a conversation with some men these days, so that I will let you understand. Maybe you can listen to
invite us so that we can
I
fight
can't
No,
for
invite you
how
guys.
will
ourselves.
listen to
You
it?
just
They
listen
will
to
have
it,
our
but
own section,
fight for
definitely.
ourselves.
You just the way it is. But if you hear some of the things that men talk about, I think I was in game room one day and then I heard something that men did to boys, and I'm like, if now woman them do this thing too,
Men did to boys.
like the thing that some girls did to some boys.
some
I'm
boys.
saying if the thing were to be reversed, women will cry out that men are scum.
Yes.
But
Men
I've
don't
heard
cry
things.
out.
Do you understand? I've heard things also, but let's leave that for another conversation. But thank you very much, Iberi. Thank you, Abiola. Thank you, Victoria. And usually, thank you guys. Don't forget to leave your comments. You can do a voice notes. I think usually the application allows you to do a voice notes. Let me know what you think, and also let's interact. Don't forget to like, share, and follow. Well, usually, like I used to say, to the end of all of my podcasts recently, I say, in this life, there has to be more. You have to figure out that thing that you have to do. There have to be more, and discover that you are enough to feel that more. Thank you very much for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. To-dos.